Hello，大家早上好，欢迎来到用心讲堂。女人其实很强大这个节目。那么今天我们要谈的课题呢，是保护动物的课题。那么我相信大家都知道，生命是可贵的。当然，生命的可贵不单单只是指我们人类，其实我们相信所有的动物，它们都有自己的权利，选择争取自己能够自由的生活机会。那今天我们在邀请我们的天使出来之前，当然立场活动就是我要先邀请我们的这个主持嘉宾。那今天的主持嘉宾呢，也是我多年的好朋友，就是Mr. Wong。那么 Mr. Wong 本身呢，他是那我先给他出来让你们看一看啊。Hi Mr. Wong， 早上好。
Hello， 早上好。
Mr. Wong 本身呢，他是 Yellow Branding and Marketing Group 的，就是founder， 就是品牌与策略集团的创办人。那他本身呢，已经曾经协助过许多知名的企业，成功的建立了他们的企业品牌和地位。那他所辅导过的一些大品牌公司非常的多，我只能够选几个比较家喻户晓的品牌让你们知道他的能力。那他曾经辅导过的品牌公司有 Pepsi， 就是百事可乐， Milo， 还有 Dell 电脑， Intel， Volvo 名车。那么还有就是目前他也是辅导这个 Ninso， 就是2块钱商店。那么还有一些外国品牌，例如Lumbermark， 就是做这些高级木板的。那么最近呢，很火的一种生意企业就是汽车的保养嘛，汽车器的保养。那么他也现任在辅导一间汽车保养公司，叫做 Eco， 也是我的朋友的公司。那么除了这一方面的品牌顾问的辅导之外呢，他自己也是有经营自己的企业。那么他自己也有自己的生意，就是这个烘焙的生意，叫做Monkey Bakery。那 Mr. Wong 本身呢，他除了协助其他品牌的这个顾问之外呢，他是一个多才多艺的人啊，Wong多才多艺嘅顧問啊，係咪？他的華語不是很好，所以我參一點廣東話。因為佢本身咧對於生命嘅意義咧有一個非常獨特嘅見解他對生命的意義非常獨特的見解。他規劃了自己如何將自己的生活理念轉化成自己將來生命留下的痕跡。我相信你們都見過他，就是在我們第三位天使 Kido， 他就是我們的非要天使 Kido 的爸爸他是一個非常有這個家庭教育基礎規劃的一個爸爸。所以咧，佢對自己嘅生活咧同埋經歷，點樣可以為自己嘅生命嘅價值留下痕跡，對佢嚟講咧，佢有一定嘅規劃。所以咁多年來咧，我喺佢身上都學咗好多嘢。那我也不多介紹，就讓他自己說一說吧。So 阿汪，你可以用廣東話啦。如果你認為你嘅華語唔係咁好，我相信好多觀眾可以接受嘅。嚟，阿汪，你介紹下你自己。
好，早上好，早上好。OK， 首先多謝Melissa， 你俾呢個空間，今日我同你一齊主持呢個咁有意義嘅時間啦。我好多謝嗰啲聽眾者啦，得聽呢啲嘢咯。因為我本身咧做今日我哋陣間會同嗰個人傾嘅咧，我本身都未做過嗰啲嘢，所以我就覺得好特別。同埋呢擺主持呢個都係我頭一次。不過 Melissa 你叫到我一定會去做，因為我覺得人生係一個 journey 嚟嘅，咩都去試，咩都去體驗下，都係會幫咗好多咯。咁首先都係好多謝呢個時間你交到俾我哋去玩下啦。
唔好玩啊！我有個朋友，我叫佢入嚟玩，係講唔好玩啊！我做事好認真㗎。
係啱嘅。
So 我們就不要再拖延時間。那我相信很多人都很期盼聽一下我們這位我們的有族朋友啦，他是來自沙巴的 Mariani Bam， 他喜欢我们叫他 Bam。他是非常年轻，但是却有一颗非常非常远大的心。他不但只要讓世界更美好，他也要讓動物生活得更美好。係咪咁樣講啊，汪？
係，
非常之偉大嘅一個女性。
係啊，非常之偉大。咁我哋係咪我陣間同佢傾係應該會講英文？
啊，冇問題嘅，冇問題嘅。誒，做咩你唔見咗嘅？
係啊，係
可以
啦。
講英文，冇問題嘅。
係有可能你要同佢翻譯下啦，佢哋翻譯下。如果係，因為我會同佢講英文。
我哋啲 fans 都中英文都好掂㗎，
好，
因為我哋係馬來西亞人，
萬能啊！
我們是多元種族的國家。We can speak Mandarin, we can speak Malay, we can speak English. And actually, in my this chat room, we do not have restriction. I have Malay friends who coming in. I have Indian speaker who coming in, and of course, I have a Chinese speaker to coming in. And some of the Chinese speaker they cannot speak well in Mandarin as well, so they need to speak in English. There's no problem. So there's no further delay. I invite my great angel, the wildlife release angel Mariani Bam, to coming out to share her inspiring story with us. Bam,
good morning.
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Bam. Hi, Bam. Today I will be co-host with Melissa. Melissa over here. Yeah, co-host with her. Let me do a bit of introduction about Mariani Ramlee, known as Bam. I think for all the viewers, probably some of them have known you, probably some have not. So for the benefit for those who doesn't, let me introduce you. I think you are a very special angel, a special angel. When I say special means for all who haven't known Bam, yeah, Mariani Ramlee Bam, she was a city angel, and then she became a crazy angel. Then she went into a dangerous angel, and now a wild angel, right? Now, what do I mean by crazy angel? Because what she did things as a lot of people say she's crazy, and a dangerous angel because the job she's doing now is actually a lot of people are after her. A lot of people hate her and even send threats to her, life-threatening threats, yeah? Threats which ask her to be careful, something bad will happen to you now. She is a very dangerous angel now. Okay, now, why she moved from city to crazy to dangerous now? Let's start with crazy, what Bam did, yeah? So I don't think a lot of people would do that, A lot of people would do that, especially from a traditional Malay family. I don't think a lot of people would do that. Do you all know she actually went against her mom's wish and go and live in the jungle alone with gibbons? Gibbons are apes for the benefit of everyone. Gibbons are apes, small little apes, about no more than a 3-year-old kid height, and a very long arm, no tail, sings very well. Like Zhang Xueyou sings very well. This is like the Chinese singer, yeah? Zhang Xueyou, Liu Dehua, all right? Now, this Bam, I'm amazed when I read her profile. She gave up everything in her life. She sold off her superbike, few superbikes. She sold off her car. She sold her furniture. She kind of sold off her clothes for all the total savings of 200,000 and went and looked a place to set up a rehab center for gibbons, the apes. She gave up all her friends as well to live in a jungle with no electricity, no internet, my friend, no internet. I think for a city, people will be dying. No running water, alone. I think that's why they call her crazy, and her mom was really worried. But she determined, she kept going, and no looking back. That's Bam. Now, the interesting about Bam is now, Bam live, sleep, eat, breathe among with the gibbons. So it's totally a love and a care for animals, yeah, and for this animal kind. Yeah. She also faces many challenges along the way when she set up this rehab center, which I think we will let Bam explain later. But why she went into that, it's very important that she went into to save the gibbons of this, we call the endangered species, because of the human doings. Am I right, Bam? You went and saved them because of the human doings. Gibbons are very popular among poachers. Poachers are like hunters. They go and hunt these gibbons so that they come back and sell to people who love to keep them as a pet. But mind you, to get the gibbons, they need to kill the whole family in order to get a young gibbon, a baby gibbon. That means to get a baby pet, they need to kill the whole family because the gibbons are very protective. The dad and the mom of the baby gibbons and the siblings will fight all the way to protect the child, while the poachers will have to kill them with a shotgun in order to get hold of the baby. So that is how bad it is when you want to be that kind of pet lover. So if I were to know anyone now listening who are into gibbons, who love gibbons, I would say do not keep them as a pet. In fact, support an association instead of giving to the pet, keeping the cat. You can't keep the pet. The pet's supposed to be in the wild. We must know that. So this is what got Mariani or Bam went into setting up this rehab center for these past few years, sell off everything, her savings, to support this place. Yeah. So now I think Bam, welcome to the show. Could you say a bit hi to the people?
Hi all. Thank you,
Hello.
Melissa. Thank you for inviting me and share in this using this platform.
You're welcome. You know what? I call you Bam. If there is Mother Teresa, you are like the Mother Teresa of Gibbons. You know what I mean? Mother Teresa of Gibbons. So I call you Mother Bam. Right? Mother Bam. Right. I understand you've gone through this thing with many challenges, many ups and downs, bans, not easy journey, Bam. Maybe later we share to the viewers, listeners, and let them know how you have weathered through all these things. But before we go that, I believe they like to know more about you. You know, like Bam, how do you start these things out? Let's start with back to when you're born, about yourself. I'd like to ask you about yourself. Is that okay?
Yeah, can.
Boleh, yeah? Okay, where were you born?
Actually, I'm Sabahan. I'm born in Sabah. I'm an animal lover since young. I am an introvert. I spend more of my time with animals than humans, and I don't really talk much to people. I talk more to humans. It's like I found it's like a therapy.
I think it's some people are born for this. Seriously, you have been sent by God to do certain things. I always believe that with a purpose. Yeah, and the purpose was now realized into a dream and into a reality. So you were born from Sabah. Now, what did you study when you were in Sabah or in KL or any places? What did you study?
I study. Actually, I after my SPM, I got offered from the wildlife department to become a wildlife ranger. Then I worked for 5 years with the wildlife department. I got sponsored to continue my study in animal biology. So I study animal biology. Then when I habis my study, I continue my work with the wildlife department, and then I slowly from there I started to know gibbons and start to focus more on gibbons.
But before that, I saw in your resume that you have also went to work in Copenhagen Zoo, right?
Yeah. Actually, Copenhagen, they borrowed me from the government to do wildcat research. But that time, actually, just to share this story, I reject their offer because
apa pasal?
they offer me to become a project coordinator, and that time I only have SPM punya kelulusan. I said I don't know much. I'm not into academic, so the thing that I always remember until now is when my superior, the supervisor from Copenhagen, he said, "I don't need your straight A's. I just need your patience." So that time lah, it's like a big opportunity that he gave me with a nice, but I travel, pergi outside countries. That time I from there I learn more lah. And then they are the one that sponsor my studies.
I see. Well, you must be good. And about your family, this is an interesting part. Before we know, before we knew that before you set your rehab center, we want to ask about your family.
Okay.
What does your dad and mom do for a living in Sabah, I presume, right?
Yeah. My parents, they have this apa nama, kedai jahit tailor shop.
Tailor shop.
Tailor shop, yeah.
And are they traditional parents or modern parents?
Dulu, last time they are a bit traditional. They worried about their daughter to go, travel to Peninsula Samoa and then work with the animals. Before this, when I'm still young, when I play with small animals, they'd risau. Now I play with big animals, then wildlife some more. They live in the jungle some more.
Sudah upgrade.
Bam, what is your first pet that stay with you?
Your boyfriend.
My first pet, I have like frog and chicken, a rooster.
Chicken. Yeah, I remember. Melissa told me you slept with the chicken as well.
Yeah.
In Chinese it's bad. In Chinese word is bad because for men to sleep with a chicken is a bad thing.
Yeah, habis lah.
So habis kita akan pusing kelita kalau tahu. Okay, so you have chicken as your pet, frog and everything. How many siblings you have in Sabah? Like 10, 20?
No, I have 6 brothers and sisters.
Oh, 6 banyak.
7 of us, but one passed away. So 6 of us.
And are any of them involved in wildlife?
No.
Only you. What are they doing now? Like
there are some of them like they're religious teacher and also engineer. They have their own career, different like town punya career lah, city punya career.
But very academic career lah, macam engineer, religious teacher. But you different.
Yeah.
You wild angel tau. It's totally different.
Bam, how many type of pets that you have been with them before you select gibbon as one of the animals that you want to save their life?
How many I have? How many types?
How many different types of pets that you have with them before?
I cannot.
You keep them. I mean, then you select another new pet.
I have I used to breed leeches also just to know how they live, apa dia punya life cycle. You know leeches, the blood sucker.
Yeah, the blood sucker. Very close to some of the I also live with. I also have pets. My pets are like lizard, cockroach, rats. All my pets.
But why finally you select to save the gibbon life as your career?
I think it started 2013 when I first met the first gibbons that I brought home. His name is Alex. Until now, he's the ambassador for our society.
Oh, I see.
Our teacher, Alex.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Can I have one?
Cannot.
I jaga Alex since dia infant, bagi susu botol, wake up every 2 hours to feed him and all. I really fall in love with him. I spend most of my time, my money for this little pet, which I call him thousand, because I found out that actually they are the king of swingers in the jungle. They
Oh
swing
yeah,
from
yeah.
trees to trees. So when I take care of him, I realized that my house is not big enough. Then I start study about him. Then from there, I realized they are actually an endangered species of wildlife. Then I I I just want to make him happy, so I went to like Thailand and Cambodia to learn how to actually take care of the gibbons. Then from there, I found out that actually gibbons, they need a special. They are already like almost extinct in the wild. So I feel bad. I feel like I need to return him back to the wild to have his own family. So from there, bila I balik from my volunteer, it's too late when Alec already died lah because of bacteria infection.
Oh, bacteria infection.
Yeah, so that time I keep on blaming myself. I dah trauma. I don't want to see any animals in front of my eyes until that level, because these gibbons, they have like really special connection. Apes, human are apes too, kan? So they have special connection with us. Jadi I just totally don't want to see any animals and everything. But then came the second gibbons that really need help, which is I don't think I want to help, but no one else that time that can offer help. So I step forward and help Daru, the second gibbons, and then come the third gibbons, fourth gibbons, and until now lah. Yeah.
But how
Which is
you get
good.
all the gibbon from? You mentioned you start to help them, correct? But how you get the source to get this gibbon and started to help them?
Actually, these gibbons are the victim of illegal wildlife trade, where the parents been killed from the jungle, and the poachers kill the parents, and then they take the baby because the baby easily tame. You can make macam you treat them like your child apa semua. So people that have when I started Gibbon Conservation Society 2016, that time I already have 6 with me. We start the awareness about not having gibbon as pet, why you shouldn't take them, what's happening behind, what's happening before the gibbons reach your home, and what's happening in the future if you put them too long in your home as pet. So the gibbons that at the project is from surrender from the people and also from the wildlife department confiscation.
But Bam, when you said you want to move to live with the gibbons and set up this rehab, I believe the first thing you talk to your mom, right, or your dad. What was the reaction? They say, "What? Congratulations, Tanya," or what?
They said, "What? Balik Sabah lah. Don't do stupid thing." They're so worried. They asked me to go back to Sabah and do other things. So many things I can do. They said, "Why I want to spend my life in the jungle like that?"
And what about your siblings, your adik-beradik? They also say what? Encourage you or what? Anyone encourage you to do this thing?
No encouragement from my family at the first mula-mula memang tak ada encouragement. They all worried about me.
They get
Semua
worried.
suruh balik Sabah.
Okay, what about your friends? Did you talk to your friends about this? You talk to your friends?
I did like talk to my friend, ask from like, what do you think if I start, I do this and this, and they said I'm crazy. They said, bagus you buat apa anak sendiri daripada you jaga anak monyet, dia cakap macam tu lah. My friends.
So actually no one supported you when you were doing that, right? You're more like alone doing it, which is what make you have that determination to really do that at that point of time?
Because I realized that these people that halang me, stop me from doing this, that worry about me, they don't really have the same experience living with the gibbon. I have the same experience. I feel what they feel. I see they're in pain apa semua. I rasa tu semua. But these people that ask me to stop, they don't feel it. So yeah.
And even though they didn't support you, like your parents and mom or anything, But I understand, you see, in the real life, when you want to start a rehab center, you need money, right, Bam?
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
I understand you sell everything in your house, even your underwear, to do all these things, right? So what I want to say, you sell your super bike. Isn't anyone in your family willing to help you on even funding, or friends or anything?
Like I said before, I dapat macam people don't support me to do things. That is
Mm,
why in my head I need to show first. I need to do first
mm,
before,
mm, mm.
you know.
Proof. You need to prove to
Yeah, to
people.
prove. I need to prove them that
Mm.
if I don't do, then how I want to show that I can do it. Well, even start. If I always ask macam, even to start pun I nak minta tolong, then it's for me it's difficult. I need to show. I need to prove first. I need to start first.
But
Yeah, this correct.
this is tough. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
Melissa,
have
you
to.
please.
Yeah, in life always we mention we have to give, then only we will gain. And
Mm-hmm.
also you have to work and you have to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Later, automatically there will be people coming to see your project and to help you. So in Chinese, we always mention 利他
嗯，
利己啊，对吗？
对，利他
We
利
have
己
to, yeah, we have to help others first. We have to show
before people
we
help
give,
you.
yeah, we
Mm.
Yeah.
give
Okay.
before we take or before we gain. So this is the
Uh,
way that we should do things, And this question is actually also one of my questions, that a lot of volunteer works not only for wildlife rescues. There's many people is doing volunteer works, but I think financially is a major problem. Before that you
mm-hmm.
can, before that you can
Exactly,
register
exactly.
NGO. Before that you can get fundraising. So it's not easy to go through the initial periods, from your side, can you share something? How tough, how difficult that you went through this?
Um, the from funding punya side is really challenging lah. That is why I need to, start first with my assets, what the money I have or my any. Also, especially when you say about wildlife rehabilitation here in Peninsula, is quite a new thing. People say, "Oh, why you keep so long? You want to help? Why you keep for many, like 5 years, 6 years?" They don't understand that you like human lah. You want to rehabilitate human. It will take a long time because it involves mental. Physical is a bit easier when you can see the wounds, the blood. You put medicine, then okay. But for mental, you need to access using. You need to apa really tengok orang one hour every day setiap individu, so it's really challenging, so people don't really understand that. That is why when people don't understand, they don't think they don't find the needs to support that thing, so to be honest, our funding is really challenging to get, and that is why we came with like few programs lah, like we do like internship program where we train people, like people to go into the jungle, but we macam give a bit fee lah, to teach them survival skill in the jungle, but we ada sedikit charge, and then we sell merchandise like this to gain money, because it's a bit challenging to get funds, especially during this pandemic, where we cannot, do events, jual our shirt, and then people also limited. People from overseas cannot come to join our internship program, and of course to get donation also susah. So that's the challenges lah what we face.
But till now, do you have any like long-term corporate organizations supporting you on a long-term basis? Do they have people like doing CSR, like some GLCs? Oh.
We're still looking for that. I'm grateful that we started to have like macam small punya CSR project lah, macam there's company called Imo Sewa where they sponsor us 500 masks, where we can sell that mask, we get the the untung, and then there's a company that give us like 10,000 to buy t-shirt, to print the t-shirts so we can sell. But for long term company that macam really funds the project, kita memang tak pernah dapat lagi since we started. We just really rely on public donation also.
Basically, most of the funds are very ad hoc, macam dia bukan long term lah. no specific campaign saja dia datang lah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, understood. But after so many years, you set up this GREP, right? We call it Grab, not the Grab food, but this Grab is a different thing. It's actually Gibbons, what do you call that? Gibbons Rehabilitation something, right?
Project, yeah.
GRE project. So, what are your future plans in this whole thing? Your future plans now you have gone through so many stages. Any future plans you're looking at?
Actually, the future plan is to be more established, to move to a bigger land, and then to rescue more gibbons. But with that bigger land, we can back our sustainable plan lah dekat situ to macam open a bit like jungle school where we train more people. This is also apart from macam yalah memang kita nak a bit revenue kan to get from that, but we also want to spread the awareness of us, our local people and traditional people appreciate the gibbons in the wild, not in their home as their pet, and also appreciate the nature. When they have the knowledge being inside the jungle, they will find most of our feedback is they really love being in the jungle rather than in the city because of the fresh air, tak ada stress of traffic jam and semua tu.
And for you, Bam,
we need to extend more lah.
Bam, for you, the rehab place, how far is it from the town that you live among the gibbon? How far? Like 20 km, 40 km, 10 km?
The nearest town is like 40 minutes to 50 minutes from the project site.
Quite far. Driving, right?
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah, where we buy our groceries.
And you buy your grocery. But in your area, do you plant your own vegetations and poultry as well? Do you do that in your area?
Yeah. Actually, we started a few years back. We started, and then during that when the pandemic hit, last year February.
Yep.
Only 3 of us at the center that time because lockdown kan, tak boleh gerak apa semua. All our plantation habis kita punya makanan for the gibbons, even for us. Now we slowly grow back, dah ada nampak our mulberries, our veggies dah start balik lah.
But you are in the forest, right? The plantation is in the forest, right? The vegetations, everything are in the forest, right? You mean the lockdown, they will also prevent you from walking over the other side?
No, because we last year we have only 3 permanent staff. Most of the manpower we get is from the volunteers. Local international volunteers. So that time memang 3 orang saja kerja sampai dalam.
But in your rehab area, like walking distance, do you have a farm where you have poultry and vegetables plantation? And do you have that?
Yeah, now we start to have it again.
That would be good.
From the jungle, kita like they are connected with a village actually, that place. So memang ada dekat village tu kita ada rent like we call it a project house where we start planting over there lah.
Okay. So currently you still have your own food source kalau if you need, right? You still have your own food source.
Baru nak grow lah.
Baru nak grow. Okay.
Adalah.
Boleh. Okay. Wow. So from a city girl to wild girl now, yeah? Macam Tarzan. The Jane, the Tarzan.
That's why I really salute her, one lady can stay in the jungle. For me, I really cannot do that. I do not think maybe Wong can do that.
I can't, man. I tell you, I tak boleh lah. One day, 1 week, 1 month, okay. But for like you, I salute you. Really admire what your guts are. But I just want to ask you, you've been in like a wildlife area for so long. Do you miss any food in town?
Of course, I miss sometimes. Sometimes if I go deep in the jungle, for a few days kan, I work. Even as Milo Ice pun I boleh rindu,
Bagus ah.
To go, it's a bit easier sekarang compared to a few years ago.
Yeah, much better now.
Yeah, much better.
But Since you're doing that, your future plan is to get it more established, right? And what would you see your future challenges in operating this Gibbons Center, this GREP, GREP? What challenges you will see?
I see challenges is to get more support from from the government, especially because I can see we started to like have support from public, local and international. Now I believe if we have like government support, it will be like satu momentum yang besar for our project. If they can see the importance of this project for the wildlife in this country, I believe like what tigers they receive millions of funding. So I think the challenges is we can get more support from the authority, from the even big company and all. It will be a bit easier for us.
Bam, may I ask? So far, how many ministries you have gone and visit and presented your idea to them?
How many ministries?
I think they have specific ministry, is it? It's not.
Yeah, they should be, right?
Whatever ministry you can go in, they have
the natural resources ministry. I met the recent one also, Dato Shamsul from the water and natural resources.
Okay.
So I don't know, waiting lah. It's been like few months.
We have an honest, real reality question to ask. Like, how much you need a month to sustain this rehab project? You know, how much you need, like, to sustain. You know, for a year, every day you need to sustain, right? Roughly how much?
For our operational funds, we need around like 12 to 15,000 per month. Operate monthly, because the Gibbons, we feed them like in 1 month around 400 to 500 kilogram of food and veggies, and our utilities, and then for our vehicles, semua tu lah operational punya.
Oh, okay. So I think maybe for Melissa's fans and viewers out there, if you know any authorities, local authorities or charitable people or corporate organization, maybe they could spread this video around and support this GREP, which is Gibbons Rehab Project. So to support the cause of what Mariani is doing, you could help. Anyone who's listening now or who have friends could send this link and ask them to support you, right? Yeah, because I think it's not easy to sustain that area because it's not a small, right? It's almost 1 acre of land, right?
It's almost 3 acres of land.
3 acres of land. That's almost like 3 football fields, yeah? So I think like 12,000 not too much to ask for. So hopefully someone with a kind heart could send around us. Hopefully we get some, you get some calls from them in a month's time. Yeah, let's hope. But meanwhile, do you have fun working there now? Do you find fun working there? Will you share with us your fun? Beside Milo Ice you miss, but what are the fun things you have enjoyed? Yeah.
I really have fun working with the Gibbons, and now we have our, we accidentally, receive dogs also. We have 9 guardian dogs at the center now. I really enjoy. I really love having fun having them around. I can't really. In terms of rehabilitation, I need to minimize my contact with the Gibbons because slowly I want to detach myself, make them wild. But spending time with the dogs, go to the river with them, making me crazy. I forgot everything. It's like, it's really the stress is more. That's our kind of fun now. I go to the river with the dogs.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when I read your article because I thought when you rehab means to take care of them, but actually for those listeners or viewers who are not aware of what Mariani is doing is very unique. First, she will get all those injured gibbons or those familyless, no parents gibbons, because a lot of people who breed this pet, when they bought them, they're young, they're cute, but when they grow older, they left them alone, right? It's like they tak mau ini anak, they chuck it outside or give to someone. So what Marianne did is Marianne take all these gibbons back and take care, because they all had been abused, fed wrongly. That's why they can't survive. So what Marianne is doing now is to rehab them. You know, it's like these gibbons were given like drug addicts outside, even all the wrong things to eat. So now Marianne has to train them to go back into the wild. Now for them go back into the wild, I remember Marianne, your video was very good. It's not easy for gibbons to go back into the wild because there are poachers there as well, right? And these gibbons, when they go back, they still trust human. They'll be tricked again and become a pet again, right? Therefore, now you love them, you rehab them, you love them, they're together, but yet you can't be together. It's very painful, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me about that pain that you're going through? I'm sure you'll cry. I mean, it's like your child, you can't get along. You want to help him, but you can't live with him forever. You know, you got to put them in a deep jungle and let them survive.
Yeah.
It's painful, right?
So in terms in doing like our kind of work, the words of to love is to let go need to be really embedded in muscle in our
very
brain.
tough.
We really love them, but we want them to see them survive. You know, the most challenging is when we get a baby, we need to become a surrogate mother. You know, baby, like infant, kan? Surrogate mother, feed them like bangun every 3 hours. Really like your child already. You really love them. But once they reach around 2 years old, you need to slowly detach yourself from them. You introduce them with other gibbons, but you yourself, you need to, slowly disappear. But then you hear them calling you, calling you. It's really a bit painful because you love them, but then you will think that this is for your good, your own good. You need to be independent. You need to, think you are a gibbons, not a human like me. So slowly you pretend you don't hear. It's a bit painful, but for long term is a relief lah. You know them boleh independent slowly without you. Can live without you, like parents lah, human parents.
Because you're rewilding them. Basically, you're making them go back to the jungle and live the way of life in the jungle. And also, I think you did very well is telling the gibbons to be careful about human. Remember, you actually start to groom and train. My viewers, Marianne trained the gibbons to be careful about humans. So it's not easy to teach them that humans are not friendly after all. So that is very, very good. So I think it's definitely painful. And for viewers to listen, it's like basically your children, you have them, you love them, but you have to keep them away. And you got to stay away to love them. It's very painful. It's actually like slicing every piece of your meat out. I think that's very, very painful job you're doing. Yeah. Okay. But the fun part, I think, beside with interesting about the dogs. Yeah, the dogs are guardian. They are giveaway from people who doesn't want, or they're stray dogs or pariah dogs that you took.
Stray dogs lah. We when I see. Like not all dogs, because we know our limitation also, the gibbons and the dogs. But this is like the betul-betul like tengok betul-betul perlu like puppies almost been hit by dog. We need to rescue them in the night.
So but does the gibbons and the dog get along well? Can they get along?
We don't really mix them. We don't want also to mix them with domestic. But macam during training time, like there's one or two dog will jaga in the training areas in case there's wild boar apa semua for our safety also.
Okay.
But we don't really mix the dogs with the gibbons.
So
interesting.
Do you adapt the wild boar?
Adapt the wild boar?
The more animal coming, you adapt. The more animal different coming, you adapt that. There's one question I want to ask you, Bam. You see, all animals, they have their own personality, correct? And they have their emotion differently. But have you ever been harmed by any animal, or how you to avoid, or how you face while dealing with them?
To be honest, for the gibbons that we first rescue during their first few months at Grab, at the project, ada gibbons yang been abused by the owner. They really hate humans so much. Sampai dia nampak kita pun, they don't trust us. They bite us. I get scars Even I've been bitten dekat my face, near my face, and then I almost have blind eye, kena gigit mata. Because for us to treat them, to rawat dorang, we need to gain their trust back, to believe, like, to percaya kita lah, satu atau dua people, just few people in there. Jadi memang ada yang kena gigit tu is a normal thing lah. It's common thing, normal thing dekat project.
But now I have an interesting question to ask. Now that you have been here for so many years with the rehab center, are you emotionally affected as well, psychologically?
Affected?
No, as in, because you are from a town, a city person, and then now you went to the wildlife for so many years. Do you feel that you're psychologically affected? Like, also tidak sium sometimes. Would you have that issue living so long?
I'm not sure what we call that. It's just, I think for now I get a different perspective when seeing and in the city or in the jungle. I see things differently, and then from human perspective I see differently. I will not just think, okay, human, but the animals also, I will have that empathy to think how they think, That is, I think, a different thing. I think from many perspectives, not just direct. What I see, I just see that, but I see different angle also.
And since that you kind of sleep and eat with the gibbons, do you understand their language after so many years? I mean, do you understand their language?
Okay. What's the most interesting about gibbons also from other monkeys and apes is they talk to each other. They have their own gibbon language. Macam us, we have Malay language, Chinese language, they have gibbon language. So there are few words that I can understand lah for gibbons.
Can you give us an example? What kind of word they say? Like, it's like I want my handful. What are the words?
Let's say macam they want something kan, they panggil.
Wow. Okay. Oh, okay.
They really want something. And then if they see danger, they want to tell there's danger, or they want to tell other gibbons, they will like things like that. Macam tu lah.
Memang lah. You sound macam mereka lah. Alamak.
Yalah, you need to know them.
Do they eat bananas like we saw in movies like apes and monkeys? Do they eat bananas or they eat other things?
Okay, you need to know, the banana in monkeys is for domestic punya iklan actually.
Okay.
They don't really eat bananas in the wild, and bananas every day can harm their stomach, can harm their teeth, semua, because of the sugar in the bananas.
I see.
The pregnant primates, monkey or apes can they can affect their punya baby in the stomach.
So it was the advertisement that mislead us, yeah? Okay. So what is their daily diet of gibbons like?
In the wild, they will eat like more than 50%, like 60% fruits, ripe fruits, and then they eat young leaves and shoots, and then they eat insects and bird eggs sometimes.
Ooh, very good diet, huh?
Yeah.
Bird eggs.
Diet.
Almost vegetarian, almost, yeah? Almost vegetarian.
Yeah, we call them highly frugivorous. They makan banyak buah lah from everything.
Okay.
Everything.
These primates, they will love fruits, understood. And these gibbons, like currently, how many are there in your rehab center?
Now we have 9. Before this we have 15, but now we have 9 gibbons at the center. And
all of them has released into the wild, or they are died of old age or anything?
No, they're still in there. No, they go through rehabilitation process lah now. Macam there are 7 criteria they need to fulfill before they can be released to the wild. That is why it takes 5, sometimes 10 years, sometimes 15 years for an individual, satu individu to be released in the wild. So they need to go through all this. For now in Malaysia, kita belum ada lagi release. We have candidates where they have 1 or 2 more criteria before can be released. But we haven't released any yet lah for our project. It's still, I can say, it's still we just been 8 years. Macam dekat Thailand, they released their first gibbons 1990s after 10 years of rehabilitation.
Wow, it's that long,
So
10 years.
yeah, it's really long. So I'm looking forward to release our gibbons, but meanwhile we will work hard lah to train them the survival skills semua.
Yep. Okay, but when you release them, you will send them back to the area where a lot of gibbons. I know gibbons is an endangered species, but you release back to the wild where a lot of gibbons are not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but there are also criteria for the location before you can release them. We need to make sure it's far from the entrance of poaching. It's a forest reserve. They have like food sources over there. There are the river, ada fruit trees, jungle fruit trees. So there are no
The
gibbons
proper
there.
ecosystem. You want a more proper ecosystem for them to survive, right?
Yeah, and also we need to
Understood.
make sure there are no wild gibbons around there, because if there are wild gibbons in 2 or 3 kilometers within the release location, they can fight for the territory. So we don't want them to
I see.
fight and then they just
I see. Other gang, they got their own gang as well.
Yeah, lah, human kan. I go into your house tomorrow. So
True.
Human also the same.
True.
Actually, animals and human is the same. The difference is only the mentality. You know,
Yeah,
at least
true.
we have the privilege that we have our language, we can study, we can manage the world. That's the difference. I think, yeah.
And humans, we have lies and ego.
Yeah. Pride lies in ego. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Ben,
also, yeah.
Yeah, Ben, during this journey for so many years, I think since you're very young, I think 20 over you started all this kind of work until now. What is the biggest frustrations that you have met before? And do you ever think about want to give up?
Biggest frustration is recently lah, to be honest, when we have a bit conflict with the wildlife department, but this is an ongoing court case. It's really frustrated lah when our first batch 6 gibbons been confiscated. So I really hope they can be sent back to us, because the confiscation had made macam trauma to dia punya partner over there, to dia punya siblings, surrogate siblings, the family over there. It's really how to say that, betul-betul buat kita kecewa, a bit kecewa lah for.
Why would they confiscate the gibbons? Like, for what reason? Do you need license to take care of them or anything?
I can't really talk much about that case because we already brought it in the court. So we will update the case from time to time on our social media, on our Facebook page and Instagram page.
Okay. But on a different subject, now that you have taken care of the gibbons very well, after so many years you said the rehab, has your parents came to your place and lived before, or see you or your siblings come over for a holiday?
Yeah, of course. That's the main thing yang for during early years kan, I remember I invited them, rather than you stop me from doing this, why don't you understand first why I must do this. So I bring my parents, and then they themselves now care about the gibbons, they know the names of the gibbons, so they fully support me, even send money sometimes for the gibbons.
That's good. That's good. Very good. So they came and stay at your GREP before Grab, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right. What about your friends?
Yeah, I have friends also coming to visit and see.
It seems Wong also planning to visit. The way you ask.
Akan datang. And
Yeah.
also they can come and stay. So you have inside your rehab, you have rooms or chalet or a long house for them to live.
Nearby there are chalet lah. Chalet
Oh,
yang
the
they can
chalets.
not really nearby. Dekat village area kan ada tempat boleh
Okay.
sewa.
Like currently you're talking to us in your area. This is your area, your rehab area, right?
No,
No.
this is the town. I need to go out. No coverage. The
Oh, I
coverage
see.
sana
So
so good.
there's no internet coverage even at your in the area that you kind of live and work in, right?
Dulu tak ada. Now we bought the booster. You know,
Ah,
phone
yeah,
kita
yeah.
naik atas the bamboo for 30 feet, 20 feet. Then ada sikit lah. But then bila hujan sikit, dah hilang the
Ah,
connection.
okay. Oh, I see. So you have to
Yeah,
go all the way out again.
yeah. Still
Wow,
need to go out.
40 minutes, yeah?
Taliban.
40 minutes,
Mm,
50
mm,
minutes. Not
yeah.
easy, not easy.
I
And
read that you also stay in a very simple kind of so-called a house, but only
Uh-huh.
lately you move to a better one, have all the facility. The simple house is just like the 4 piece of gin board that I saw, very small kind of house.
Yeah, yeah. Now, we rent, we rent macam rumah kampung lah. It's a abandoned house. We rent. Kita buat sikit a bit macam piping over there. Ada air lah, ada electrics.
so because I saw in your videos, there are also some you have some local people helping you as well now, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
From the town, right?
Local people even from KL also ada orang datang from Kedah, from Kelantan, from Terengganu, stay there now with us.
And
So it become like the tourist visit center that whoever can come and visit, take photograph, like some of the places they are doing so.
For our place, we are not open for public visit like that, but we did arrange macam ada macam mana cakap apa, private visit, but with restriction lah, with dress code, proper dress code and all, because we want to minimize human contact with the gibbons kan. So we don't really open like zoo, take picture macam tu lah. But people can see, if they want to see the gibbons, they can contact us and we can arrange like private visit, not so much macam ramai-ramai, few people can come
and
to see for
when
themselves. You know?
when I go to your place like Bam, when we go, I remember I read your article. You actually do not allow people to know where the place is because you're afraid the poachers will come after you, right? So if Melissa me were to go, you have to put it in the town and then tie us, blindfold us, then take us a car in, right? Is that how we're gonna be? Oh, that's fun, you know.
Yeah, I
Something like that. Betul tak? Betul macam ni ya? Shock lah. You know, Melissa, because Melissa, they said they can't tell you exactly where the place is because the poachers could come after them. So therefore, which is also security is very important.
But in fact, as I know, for all those animal protections, in fact, it'll be better not allow them to give in touch with the humans, especially for taking photo, play with them. In fact, this is how to say, like it's not their life, so we cannot force our life to instill in their mind. Am I right?
Yeah, they like privacy. They love privacy so much. You just leave them with their macam their own species. They love it.
Yeah, memang. I think we shouldn't intrude their privacy. After all, they belong to the wild. They belong to the wild. They belong to the jungle, not in the town, not area where you lose a lot of this wildness, So I duly agree that. So like what you have gone through this journey over the years, Bam, any advice that you have for people, young people that were listening now, or people who have their kids, like if they have a dream, what should they do? Should the mother allow them to pursue or not to pursue? What's your words of wisdom here? Like,
wisdom. No, first I like to from two perspectives. Like I said, I like to see from different perspectives. From the environment perspective, from the environment perspective itself, let's try. We hold our breath. You know, I found this in apa wisdom punya words lah. Let's try to hold our nafas for a few seconds. How long can you breathe?
Okay.
So you can barely tahan sampai 5 minutes or even 3 minutes, right?
Tak boleh.
So
Tak boleh.
so
Tak boleh lah. 5 minutes mati oh.
this is the proof that actually the nature don't need us, but we need them
I
for
totally
to
agree.
live. Okay, how can we breathe if there's no more trees in the jungle? So the parents, if they have anak child that want to save the environment, actually they're saving you. They're saving our human. They have saving other species. Why you want to stop them? For the child, for the second perspective, for the child, if you want to do something, there are always people that want to stop you. There are always people said this and that, but you are the one that really know yourself. Don't hold yourself down because of other people. You know yourself better. You just do what you think you want to do. That's all.
Very
I
good,
think
Bam.
very good, Bam.
Bam, I want to give you a surprise now, which
Oh,
I
okay.
invite your partner to coming in.
My partner?
One
Oh,
of your partner before.
hi, Christy.
Hey.
Hi.
Wong, Christy is actually one of my angel as well. She's the
hi,
disaster relief
Christy.
angel. Yeah, she's the disaster relief angel. I know that Christy and Bam is also friends because
Yeah.
I know Bam from Christy.
I
Because
think I
Christy,
saw Christy's talk with you. I think Yvonne was co-hosting it, right? There was a lady
Yes.
called Yvonne, right? Yeah, I remember I saw this. She looks different from now, huh?
Glasses.
With glasses.
Carrying a spec.
Uh,
So why I invite Christy to coming in, because Christy is also part of it, joining to rescue the wildlife before together with Bam, and I invite her to come in few minutes just to show a support. And I understand that Christy also helping Bam to shift your house, right? Yeah. In the jungle. So how you all shift the house, Christy? I think it's using the what they call the flyer force or what? Is it, Christy?
Flying
Can
fox.
you share
No,
with
they
them?
get the gibbons. They
The
get the
zip
gibbons to
line.
work.
Well, we
Yeah.
use the zip line, gun.
They use the
Christy
gibbon.
is really good friend now.
You abuse the
I
gibbon. You get them work 24 hours.
Yeah. Papa, you remember the day when we moved the gibbons until 11 malam, 11 malam lebih in the jungle where it's rain and cold, and we still continue, building the enclosure. It's really something I really owe, hutang budi with Christy to help us. She helps so much.
You see Christy t-shirt is also a gibbon.
Yeah, nice.
So maybe Christy, you can say some words to support Bam, and what is your life during together with Bam in the jungle to shifting all the house in the jungle?
I have only great things to say about Bam. She's amazing, and the work that she does is really amazing. And I think, it's very important, the work that she's doing. There is definitely much more that the community, or at least Malaysia, can do to learn and be educated about the subject of conservation in Malaysia. And she's doing very incredible work, and it's very difficult because, as we know, mindsets are still, just not where it needs to be in terms of conservation. So what she's doing is really important, and she's amazing. Like, which other woman is going to give up her entire life to go and
Yeah, and sell her super bike.
Yeah,
And sell her super bike.
yeah, it's amazing. I've only good things to say about her. So
Thank you, Christy.
will always have my respect.
Yeah, in fact, both you are really amazing. Correct or not, Wong?
Yeah, both are also doing a good cause. We
Yeah.
call actually it's an honor to talk to young people like you all, to able to contribute to the society. The reason why I think currently we notice there is there is a split of two type of generation. There's one type who actually look into their own self, develop things. There's some one side, actually they start to understand different things. They start to help to make the world better, which is you both. Make the world better doesn't mean it had to be people. It can be even environment, and it can be also be animals or any other things. So this is what we said the world is missing a lot of people who have this heart of nobility, people who actually go out and do things for unconditionally, to help all those unconditionally, to help those who can't help you back. We are Gibbons example, or your disaster relief. See, when you help them, you don't expect anything from them, right? This is not a simple task because a lot of people still do it with the heart of wanting a return. If you notice, this is what we said. You have much respect from me and Melissa on the job that you're doing, and I hope you will inspire more people to join this kind of effort. And especially in Asia, I would say, especially in Malaysia or Southeast Asia, we are not into this so much. You see, I think more into certain countries, maybe in the West, they're probably more skewed towards that area because they believe in a lot of rights as well, which also there are good things that people will venture into things like that. Because here, like I say, I think we are more selfish in nature. We try to see things within ourselves. You don't see things
Yes.
on the side.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I invite Christy to come in as well, because I would like to promote both of them. They are doing a great job that never looking for returns. So it's not
Okay.
easy to have this kind of big heart, So that's why Christy said, no need to come in, To coming in is actually, I would like to give you more exposure, to inspiring more people, to learn from you, to respect from both of you, and learning how to be a great people, not always looking forward for a returns.
Yeah.
So
And I think
maybe Wong, you can wrap up something, or
yeah,
Bam, you want to say some
I
parting words.
yeah, or maybe Bam, why don't you say so before I wrap it up?
Yeah. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you, Christy. She's like person friend. Yeah. Thank you for what you're doing also, Christy, for non-stop helping human, and helping us. And then thank you, Melissa, for this platform. This kind of platform is really helpful for us. And Wong, nice meeting you. Thanks for all the questions. And for you guys out there, yeah, let us together, find, try to help as much as we can to other creatures, to other
Yeah.
human.
Yeah.
And stay safe during this pandemic.
Thank you, Bam. Thank you, Bam. All right. Now, why don't Melissa? I have a little small request. Would you allow me to do a little advertisement for both of them?
No
Since they're
problem,
doing for a
because
good
this
cause,
is a
yeah.
great job, It's mainly for
Yeah.
charity and
Yeah.
never ask for return.
Yeah.
So I
I
think
think
this platform is allowed to.
I think first of all, doing charity can be both by capital, using capital, or by using effort, or using both. It depends on your heart. Capital, effort, or both. You can. So I think I like to take this space, this channel that we're doing, to the viewers or their friends they have. If you're interested in doing donation or even donating your effort to either Christie's Association or to BAM, the Grab, not the Grab Food, yeah. This is the GREP, yeah, Gibbons Rehab Project. Don't go and donate to the wrong Grab. That is Grab Food. They don't need your money. They're already listing. They don't need your money. All right. So BAM needs the money, because I think when you donate, it's not about the money, it's about sustaining their spirit. To me, is very important. Yeah. So Melissa, for your viewers, and later on, maybe Bam and Christy could post your example, your website, the company, the association name, the bank account, so that Melissa can do a post to them. Whoever want to donate will actually bank into the account. Is that okay, Melissa? And then if
I
that's
think that
okay with
later you
you,
can send your link of your
yeah,
website. I think when they click into the website, they will saw all the banking
yeah,
facilities. So I don't mind to post it in my
yeah,
Facebook page for you. And I also hope that so many times I do this live program, I really never ask for people to help to sharing everything, because this is actually my initial principle. I would like my platform to be everybody platform, but it's not a commercial platform. But of
yeah,
course, for both of you, I aware that this is not a commercial kind of
yeah,
program. It's actually a very meaningful program. So that's why I would like to help you to promote your website and your program. And this is maybe part of my privilege or part of my bonus that I can take with your great kind of wisdom, which I cannot
yeah,
do, but I can give the opportunity to share out with all these details to let more people know about you.
yeah.
It's
And
my pleasure.
also, I think that's very kind of Melissa. I think besides just supporting the centers of both you all, also the spirit is important. We meet more young people like that. And I like to do my closing as well here.
Yeah.
I like to share something which is, what we call my earning of today.
My
I'll
earning
put it
of
this way.
today.
My earning today, actually, it shouldn't be earning. It's also should be this one, my learning today as well. This is very important. I want to share. All right. This is important. This is the first one that I want to tell you all. Kindness makes us the most beautiful people, no matter what we look. I think it doesn't have an age, it doesn't have a race, it doesn't have colors. So I think kindness will make you very beautiful. So please keep it up. This is what I want. And then this part is amazing. I said, jangan main-main tau. Don't underestimate the determination of a woman. Yeah, don't mess around with the women because they are powerful, right? And one thing I learned as well, interestingly, even Christine, I've seen her stuff. Life is like a road. It has many bends, ups and downs. This is what you do. And I always believe in one thing: straight road do not produce skillful drivers. It has to be all these long and winding roads. Then you become good. All right. And one important thing that I always love this word is, that saying impossible. Now, this is what I want to do. It's actually, when you work hard enough, you put a little comma there. It's actually impossible, no longer impossible. This is, I think you have done it, and you have proved to people that sometimes you don't need money to do things. You can achieve things. Yeah, this is the channel about using 用心讲堂. And I think the important part is our life goals that I learned from both you all is not to live a rich life, but live a life full of richness. This is important. You see, when we leave this world, we make sure people talk about you, or you write a book. That's meaningful. You are a movie yourself. This is important. And I learned as well from you all, we find purpose, not profit. We focus on care, not love. Now, this is very important that I always advocate on this part. You see, love hurts. I wanted to tell you again, love hurts. Care is different. And Mariani and even Christine, what you've done is not love, it's care. You see, care is unconditional. Love is very selfish. It hurts. See, when you care for something, you care for the Gibbons. It's not that you love for the Gibbons. If you love for the Gibbons, you become selfish. You don't even want to put them in the wow. You keep them yourself. But when you care, you want them for the good. So I think for women, learn to care. Love, it should be second. All right. And the last part I love about this one, Malaysians, we always love to wait. I would say stop waiting for things to happen. We call, just strike it off like this. Strike it off. Go and make it them happen. Like you both are already making it happen or made them happen. So this is what I think my learning and earning of the day. So thank you very much, Bam. Thank you, Christine. And thank you, Melissa, for giving this space for us to share such beautiful things like from these two ladies. All right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Wong.
Thank you.
I think this is a very, very meaningful closing and fruitful knowledge for us today. Am I right, Bam
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Christy? Any words you want to say before we end the program?
Christy, maybe any parting words or Bam anymore?
Yeah, thank you, Melissa, for
Very
bringing me
soft, your
on.
voice.
Oh, thank you, Melissa, for bringing me on. Slightly unexpected. um, it's always nice to see Bob. And it's my honor to be on this with her, and I don't want to be taking any awareness or like attention away from her and the subject today. Um, she's actually in the midst of trying to raise funds to get a van. I'm not sure if she told you already. So I think that's one of the things that that maybe if we're doing any highlighting, I think we should highlight that because they really need a vehicle to transport food for the students and for any other means of transportation. So I think if there's anything that can be brought to highlight, I think that's them for Bam, and hopefully after the pandemic I can see you guys again in Pahang. Bam.
Okay.
Okay.
Christy's voice is always very soft. Even the last time I interviewed her, her voice also very, very soft. So, okay, thank you very much for both of your participations today. And of course, I thank you very much for my good friend Wong. He really light up the program today, and he given us a lot of knowledge, very simple knowledge, and for the closing. So I think there's not much words I need to say because all is covered by him. So 各位，今天非常感谢我们两位天使，还有 Mr. Wong 的这个主持嘉宾，让我今天的节目非常的丰富，而且我们其中也学到了非常非常多的知识。那么接下来呢，我慢一点，我会把这个 BAM 的那个网站 po 在我的 Facebook。如果你们想要了解更多关于这个护生的情况，或者你们要捐款，或者要帮忙他分享出去他这个伟大的这个计划，那你们可以跟他继续联络。那么谢谢各位今天的粉丝在线上陪伴我们，也谢谢两位天使，谢谢 Mr. Wong， 感恩，拜拜。
Bye bye.
Bye bye.